The following is a fan-based discussion. All properties discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Saban Entertainment, and Subaraya Productions.
Episode 38.555. Paradise Lost, the Fives movie.
Proud of you are for that.
A little bit.
Okay. Kamen Rider 5's Paradise Lost, the movie.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This movie
It was pretty good.
Quite good. I like this movie.
I like this movie.
I liked it a lot more than the show.
Now, this movie is sort of like alternate ending, alternate continuity.
Yes.
It's like a lot of the early Heisei movies are. A lot of them don't take place in the main timeline. Remember, we were talking about it yesterday. It was just like Agito. I was like, no, Agito sort of takes place in between episodes, but it also takes place outside of the continuity of the main show. The Ryuki ones are definitely outside of continuity. So is the Blade one. That's an alternate ending.
Yeah.
The Hibiki one takes place in the past. The Kabuto one is definitely an alternate continuity because it's actually a prequel to the main show.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about this movie, though.
Yeah. This one's great. I like this movie. It does have one major cliche though, and one that I really, really hate, and that's amnesia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because prior to the beginning of the show, Takumi and Mario are being attacked by a whole bunch of riot troopers, and this show definitely does. It takes where we're actually at in terms of the episode count at this point. I think they're in the mid-30s. So this is prior to the riot troopers showing up in the show, along with the final form, the blaster form, which shows up at the end of this. And two other Kamen Rider gears, but we're not going to talk about them just yet. But yeah, Takumi and Mario are being attacked, and there's basically just like a human concentration camp, more or less, or like outpost. Yeah, they're just very...
It's a survivor's outpost.
Yeah, it's like very, very few...
In an independent amusement park?
Yeah, where... and we talked about this. They end up going to this place through like...
We see one guy... After he and a group of other humans are trying to attack Smart Brain headquarters.
And everybody is an orphanage outside of the humans now. There's only like 2,000 something humans left. And they're all, of course, in Japan. And also the grandma from Ryuki's in this movie.
She's in this movie.
That was...
Shows up for a little bit.
Yeah, it's just a fun thing to have.
Pretty much just playing the same character.
Yeah. Sorry.
Not literally the same character, but yeah.
It's basically just her. But yeah, Takumi ends up getting basically taken away. We see that the Kaisagi is still here and Kusaka still has it. Mm-hmm. When they're being attacked by Smart Brain and most of the people who went to go attack it are being killed.
Yes.
They end up being saved by him. But it's just one guy who is an asshole.
Yeah.
It's just...
Part of the course.
And he's new for the movie. He wasn't in the show.
Yeah.
This guy.
Now, the other
What's
three...
his name?
I have no idea. He doesn't really end up mattering that much.
Well,
more or less. But yeah, the three other orphanages are also in this movie. Yuji, Kaido, and Yuka. They're all in this. Mm-hmm. And there is a head in a jar now.
Now Smart Brain literally has a Smart Brain running it. There's literally a head in a jar.
It's Murakami.
Murakami's head in a jar.
Yeah.
And Smart Lady's back.
And yeah, the guy
she got a job. The
guy who does end up coming back, there's like a militia who wants to end up fighting back and get the Emperor belt. There is an Emperor belt.
There's 2 new belts.
Yes, there are 2 new belts in this one. We'll talk about one in a second. We'll talk about the Emperor one near the end. And
talk about the first one.
Yeah, because we do end up getting to see that one pretty early on. Usually, any others are sent, like, called for by Smart Brain. They end up getting sent up there. And that's basically it. They end up going to go speak to the president. And then a person comes down the steps near them, and we get a new rider gear in this one.
What's his name?
Leo. His name is Leo. And the belt is Saiga.
Mm-hmm.
And that suit.
That suit is awesome.
It's so pretty.
It's one of the best.
It's so pretty. The blue, the purple, and the white.
Silver, white.
White, purple, and blue. And jetpacks.
And it has the jetpack I'm not a big fan of because it's really floppy.
Yeah.
But I think it's just funny.
But it does look cool.
He just flat out, I have a jetpack.
Yep.
But the
suit itself looks amazing.
It really does.
A very,
both
very
the movie suits look great.
Yeah.
Even Emperor's look good, but you can decide it down.
We'll talk about him in a second. Now, Takumi, as you said, has amnesia. And it's really weird because he works as a shoe cobbler. Mm-hmm. But I'm sitting here like, okay, Mario and everybody else live there too. How in the actual hell did they not see him at some point between these two events?
I don't know, but can we talk about the fact that this guy speaks English perfectly?
Yeah, Leo...
His actor is American.
Yeah,
which is hysterical to hear.
He's from Taiwan, but he grew up in L.A. And he has...
No, he was born in America.
but he is Taiwanese.
Yes.
But yeah, it's just really, really interesting
Peter
to have,
Ho is the actor's name.
once again, another person speaking explicitly perfect English.
Yes.
And yeah.
And he speaks perfect English, and then he says henshin, and he transforms, and it's like,
We can do it too!
we could have made this work!
Especially because that suit's just so
I wouldn't mind if they made like an American Kamen Rider show just about him.
I'd watch it.
Yeah.
It was a very, very
Just
good
to see
suit.
that suit more.
Yeah.
That suit, I'm so upset. It's sad because some of my favorite suits are in movies, and 2 of them are from Thighs.
Yeah.
So it's just like, oh, this suit though. Oh, it's such a pretty suit, and I want more of it, but we don't ever get any more of it, really, except in this movie. Well, no, because it does appear in Decade.
Thanks, Decade.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
Decade.
But yeah, finally,
Decade.
there's like this whole big thing where Mario's trying to plan like to get more out
I
of
think it's Tonfa. Let's talk. We forgot that.
We'll talk about that because that happens at the end.
Okay.
That fight. You remember which fight I'm talking about between Saiga and Fight? Oh god.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's like Marty's playing this thing just like to get morale up and everything, and have people dance and just remember the good times and shit like that. But the riot troopers come in.
Oh,
and they kind of destroy everything.
Yeah, they really, really do. And then
Mari was just waiting at the party place in her dress.
And then Kusaka ends up coming up and just like, I'm going to fight too. And then Saiga comes in and destroys him.
I was happy he didn't last long.
He was early in like 3 scenes in this movie. And then he just gets killed.
And he gets really, really rapey with Mari at one point.
Oh, you're thinking about the book.
No, I'm thinking about this too.
Oh,
You
yeah.
remember that scene?
Bad touch.
Where he just gets like really bad touch with her at one point?
And she looks at him like, the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah, but they end up getting killed. That whole thing ends up happening. It's great to see just this Paxton suit in action. This is the first time we're getting to see that jetpack. Yeah. Mizuhara is the one who ends up escaping at the very beginning. He's the only one who ends up making it back from Smart Brain.
Right.
And he thinks he could be the savior that is Fives. We don't get to see the Delta Gear in this one because the Delta Gear, even though it has appeared in the show by this point, doesn't have a main writer. So they didn't give it to anyone in the movie. So it just doesn't appear.
It's fine with me. It keeps things simpler.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I would love to see all 5 suits at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Picture that. They just do like their own Sentai team. That'd be great. But yeah, it's just Takumi ends up getting his memory back after he ends up dancing with Mari. The other girl that he was living with apparently has some type of crush or something on him. She comes up there in a beautiful red dress and burns it because she's upset that she never got to dance with Takashi, who she kept calling him as. Let's talk about his hair.
Yeah. You know how we said it didn't move? In this one, he has a very long ponytail. The first time we see him, he's like bent over, like working on something, and his hair is just like completely sticking out straight.
It's stiff. It's like somebody sprayed starch on it.
Yes.
That's basically exactly what it is.
Shampoos with starch.
It's at a right angle to his neck. So just like, that's terrible. But yeah.
He gets a cut eventually, thank goodness, but
Mizuhara ends up coming up. He tries to, as Takumi's riding away for a little bit, he ends up coming up. He tries to shoot Takumi. He ends up shooting the girl instead. And he ends up stealing the belt. Kiba comes out of nowhere, just like, I know that Takumi's back and everything. People have told me. And we've seen Thighs already by this point. There's also another scientist guy who, tries to have people, well, I guess in this case, Keitaro, end up drinking a thing.
so the human resistance has a wacky scientist character who creates a little serum that lets Keitaro morph into Kaixa.
For one time only. And then the guy has to blood disintegrate. That's it.
Can't fucking live.
He just, nope, not even the belt at this point. But yeah, that whole scene's happening. The girls are getting shot. Mizuhara runs away. He usually comes out of nowhere. It's just like, you're giving that belt back. And Mizuhara tries to actually use the belt, and the belt says error, and then he tries to throw a grenade at Kiba. They didn't do anything. He threw the sword, kills Mizuhara. Somebody else sees it. They end up turning on the Orphanox. The Orphanox end up going back to the main city or whatever. And once again, the human settlement just ends up getting attacked.
Yeah.
And just like, you people wouldn't take the move. But
You think to move or at least move to a place that's a little less open.
Yeah. They end up going to Smart Brain. They try to attack it.
The three Yuji, Kaido, and Yuka.
Yeah, they end up getting...
and Yuka ends up getting... They
crushed
the Elasmotherium Orphanoch, which is this big friggin' monster that looks really awesome. Yuka gets gored to death by this thing. And Kaido gets eaten.
This is the opposite.
Not a very pleasant end.
Opposite for him, at least. Because he's
not a very pleasant end for either of them.
He's the only Orphanoch out of the main three to actually make it alive in the main show.
Yeah.
But yeah, then Yuji ends up getting tricked by Smart Lady who dressed up as Mari to trick him, and then he ends up becoming like one of the fighters for their Coliseum type thing or whatever.
Which I gotta say, I love.
Yeah,
I love that the Orphanoch Society is totally okay with just gladiators coming back into style.
A lot of extras in this movie.
Yeah,
yes. It's literally an entire stadium full. So it's just like, that's a lot of people. And what is it? It's Keitaro and Takumi are going to actually go to Smart Brain. Takumi drops all the guns on the back. Keitaro goes to pick him up. Takumi looks back, she's like, I'm so sorry. And he drives off, somehow taking a wheel. Or just at least knocking it off and throws it off to the woods.
Motorcycle wheels are not something you can just knock off. That's something you need tools in order to do.
Apparently, he is a tool.
And unless that's most people. So.
But yeah, then we end up going and Mari has been captured. She's going to be fed to the Orphanoch. Fives comes in and blocks it. And then he ends up fighting Saiga, who has laser tonfas.
Yes.
Which are cool.
Very fucking
cool. And they're blue and purple, and then just like they fight with them, and I'm just like, oh.
And it's a really awesome fight scene with a really awesome conclusion.
Yeah. When like Fives brings out the sword just like slides under the tonfa, and it's such a good scene, and you felt that impact and like that scene where he just slices straight through him and just turns to ash. I'm just like, that's beauty.
It was good stuff.
It was such an amazing scene. If you haven't seen Paradise Lost, please go watch it just for that. And then Yuji ends up coming out with the Emperor belt.
Another awesome looking suit.
Yeah. Orga. I was going to say Saiga, but that's incorrect.
No, that was the other guy.
Orga.
Oh. It's a good suit.
Oh.
You know how when a character has like a little mini cape, like Wizard or Zero the Whale,
or Ryu Commander,
and it just looks awesome.
Yeah, it looks so good. And we forgot to mention this one part. It's like Saiga and Fives, right before he ends up killing him, they like go out into like the corridor of the Coliseum place that they're in, just like a whole bunch of people, and there's like a camera that's following them around, and we actually see the camera guy.
I was telling you, it's like a WWE event where they just like take the fight out of the ring and into
the camera guy's there to project it onto the main Coliseum.
Yeah, they're projecting it on the Titantron and everything.
And there's a whole people just standing around watching them fight and everything. I'm sitting here like, this is amazing. But yeah, back to this suit. Back to the Orga suit. It's gold and black.
With red accents.
Black and red.
Yeah. So I'm just like, and usually I don't like those type of crowns like that, but it works for this suit. And it's one of the top 10 movies for a reason. Yeah. It's a very, very pretty suit.
It's a very interesting designed sword, too.
Yeah. Orga ends up overpowering Fives, but Takumi reveals the fact that he's a wolf Orphanoch. They end up having a pretty cool fight as both Orphanochs. And then when they're both rushing at each other, you end up seeing, like, there's the human form in the middle, the Orphanoch form, and then the rider form in the back. And then when they finally get to each other, even though they were rushing towards each other as an Orphanoch form.
And then they're riders.
And then they're riders. And I'm just like, that's great. That's really, really good. And then this is the first time that we end up getting to see that Fives ends up changing into the blaster form. First time that happens in this movie. That's the thing. They usually end up introducing the final form in the movies earlier on in these shows. Unlike now where you end up getting movie exclusive forms. Back then we got the final form.
Yeah.
And then he ends up beating Orga with a rider kick. And this rider kick is great because it just sends out these gigantic beams of light and just destroys the stadium.
I am amazed that the stadium was able to keep its roof over because it's just like cleaving completely through in a complete circle.
It's such a good scene. It's so cool. It's great. And I love it because the fact that you
That's
can do
using
that,
your movie budget wisely.
yeah, just for the amazing
Save it
scenes.
for really awesome stuff like that.
Yeah, like the fight
And
with
don't
Saiga and this.
do it in the beginning of the movie or some shit like that.
They didn't. Like the beginning of the movie is just like really.
No, I'm saying other movies have.
Yeah, and this one's just like this. These two scenes: the fight with Saiga, the fight with Orga, and I'm just like, do this forever.
Yes.
Because that rider kick is so amazing. And I'm sad because the only time you could do that in Genesis, or really in the game before that too, is when he first transforms into blaster form. Mm-hmm. And then that kick happens, and so does the gigantic beams of light coming out of it. Right. It just looks cool. It's so cool.
It just looks cool.
Yeah.
Devastating AoE.
Then they end up, Yuji ends up blocking Mario from getting hit by the big Orphanok. Mm-hmm. He ends up getting stabbed by all the needles and he ends up dying because
Yuji, once again, tragic hero.
Yeah.
I just can't catch a break.
Yeah, and then...
And
then the head in the jar...
he can.
No, he absolutely can, and he deserves all of them.
And then the head in the jar, the smart lady was like, I'm sorry, the people from up above me said that this has to happen. And then she puts him in a crusher. And just like, and I'm just like,
the most amazing thing.
It's great. It's really, really good. And then a whole bunch of Orphanoks try to block Takumi and Mario from escaping, and he's just like, move. And they do.
It's like, oh, you're cute.
It's like, oh, you think you can stop me? You're funny.
This movie doesn't really have much of a happy ending.
Well,
neither does
it kind of does.
I mean, they leave, but the Orphanoks are still everywhere, and there are like no humans left.
Yeah, but who's gonna mess with them?
The people from above the guy. Remember, people towed Smart Lady to crush it.
True enough, but
yeah, this movie,
alternate timelines don't matter.
Yeah, this movie is good though.
It's still a good movie.
It's still a very good movie,
and it's just good to see more suits. And
it's just good to see more five suits.
Those are pretty suits. Mm-hmm. All of them. The second one is so great, especially because all the other suits are dark and this one's white.
Yeah.
So it stands out just that much more. Oh, good movie though. Paradise Lost is it's one of the better Heisei movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the what?
It's one of the. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not one of the best, but one of the
better. It's one of the better ones. Yeah, that's our review of the Paradise Lost movie. Let us know what you think about it in the comments below.
Go give it a watch.
Yeah, especially go give it a watch. If only for those two scenes. Quality content.
But next time, on an actual number of an episode, not this bullshit decimal joke that you made.
Join us for Kamen Rider Gaia. Kamen Rider. Ultraman Gaia. Although it would be cool to have a Kamen Rider based on the world, though.
I
made all of the puns
out.
Right there.
Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. This isn't JoJo.
I will say this, though. There are a lot of actors we recognize in those first couple of episodes.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, there are a lot of Ultraman.
There is a Kamen Rider in it.
Yeah.
So, hey.
Yeah.
Also, comment in the video if you want us to review JoJo's Bizarre Adventures.
At some point, because it just needs to happen always. Yeah, thanks again, everybody.
Movie, so why not?
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, what?
The Diamond is a
live action movie. You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah.
What?
We'll talk about that one off camera.
I haven't really been in the anime news lately. But bye, everybody.
Bye.
My head's gonna go explode now.